I am a fan of the checkered flags. I'm sure that means performance. So I'm gonna put it in the performance and I'm gonna punch it. I'm gonna see what happens. Yeah. Whoa. The all-new 2022 Acadia AT4. For people that want an everyday driver or want to go off-roading with a four-wheel drive. All right, let's take a look at this AT4 Acadia. I wasn't expecting this to have the performance that it did or the off-road capabilities. I thought it'd be some family wagon. It's far from that. I would imagine that GM wanted to compete against Jeep and Subaru with this, you know, their off-road stuff. And I think they did a good job. I mean, this thing's really amazing. One of the cool features about this Acadia is that I'm gonna show you here, and I'm gonna I got my hand on the wheel, but look, as soon as it hits that line, it self-corrects. You can see it right here. It's gonna do it again. And I'm not really doing it, but it's definitely controlling the steering. And so that is a really cool feature. One of the things I was really impressed with was the rear seating. There's a lot of room back here. Of course, it's seat 6, so if you have a large family, you're definitely gonna wanna take a look at the AT4 Acadia. Another thing that I thought was really cool was the amount of room that is in the rear. I mean, look at that, that's as much as a truck, maybe more. I did like the captain seats that pull down. If you have a family and you're going to be doing a lot of traveling or, you know, taking the kids to practice and all that stuff, definitely worth taking a look at. One of the things that kind of blew my mind on this Acadia was the power. It has about 300 horsepower. It's got the 3.6 liter V6 VVT engine. That's a very reliable engine with a lot of power. Really launched off the line. I was surprised because it felt like a sports car. I'm not kidding. It really got up and went. And I think a lot of that has to do with the power weight ratio. Of course, you can run it in 4-wheel drive, you can run it in 2-wheel drive. I prefer 2-wheel drive driving around, but I think its default is 4-wheel driving all over the place, right? But it is a very fun car to drive. It handles really good. Tons of power packed in this thing. I can't say enough about that. That is a lot of fun. The AT4 does offer a pretty aggressive tire, but if you wanted to get down, dude, you could definitely put a little bit more aggressive all-terrains on this and really make this an off-roader. Lots of options with this thing. The trim on this AT4 Acadia is very nice, kind of like a Denali, right, which you'd see in the trucks. The gauges are a little bit more simple, but everything else as far as the trim and the steering wheel, pretty much the same you'd see in the high-end trucks. One of the things I had a problem with getting this thing off the ground was finding out how to get it to go. Where's the shifter? I couldn't find it, right? I pulled the lever down on the column and the windshield wipers came on, but it's actually right here under the AC. And it's very simple, actually, once you get to use it. It's all pull and push lever. You can see you do everything right here. But if you've never used it, you could be confused on how to get this thing going. It's no big deal once you actually learn how to do it, but it's actually it's almost too simple, right? Just shifting your gears like this. But it works and it's actually pretty functional. This AT4 has a lot of technology packed in for just over $40,000. I mean, look at these options that you have. Of course, you got 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, you got the performance, you've got the windy road performance. All this stuff is packed in this car. It's a ton of technology seen on other vehicles that are a lot more expensive. Definitely a good bang for the buck. I want to touch back on the luxury of the inside because it is all leather. You got heated and cooled seats. You can see it's got its unique piping and AT4 emblems on the seats. Very nice. I mean, this is top end stuff right here. I want to touch one more time on the back seats because they are all leather and they do have the captain seats as we mentioned before. And just throughout, it's a really nice piece. It's got a Bose stereo, which is very good. I turned it up quite a bit, no distortion, really good. It's got a moonroof and a sunroof. That back one might be a sunroof, I'm not sure, but I know they both open. The top one for sure is a full-blown sunroof. In the back, you have controls for the rear passengers, which includes their own air, which is very big. That's something that GM introduced a few years ago. No surprise, the IntelliLink worked really good, synced with Bluetooth very fast, very easy, way better than it did a few years ago. It's like having a mini smartphone in your car. Everything works really good. In my opinion, this is the best bang for buck that GMC offers, period. Think about it. This thing had $44,000. That's with all the upgrades included, right? $44,000. It's 21 miles a gallon. Acts like a sports car when you want it to. Goes 300 horsepower, right? And it's pretty light. Acts like a 4-wheel drive when you want it to. It does have 4-wheel drive. It has lane departures, which keeps you in the lane. It'll actually auto steer you back into your lane, which is incredible. Of course, the sound system, which is top end, all the high-end leathers. If you think of all that stuff packed in here, you're not going to find anything like that. I mean, a basic truck is going to compete with the price of this. And I'm not kidding. So if you have a larger family, like 6 kids, you got a bunch of, or you have kids with a lot of friends, this is a good thing to look at. I would definitely check it out, and have you have some upgrade options that you can do. Like I said, you put a bigger tire on this, it's going to add some attitude to it big time. Anyway, I love driving it. I want to thank Motor City for letting me check it out. Always good stuff. Thanks for watching. This is Billy with the Motor City Throwdown.